Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the Tiger P, the Tier 7 German heavy tank, the one that leads towards the mouse, and this replay has been sent to me by thinkdabub from 1AR clan. thinkdabub is on Karelia and he's lucky enough to be top tier in this 9.18 game as he heads down to where the heavy tanks normally do their stuff. He's created a dynamic platoon, or has been invited to a dynamic platoon from the bloke in the Black Prince. And of course, when you're platooning, even dynamic platoons, you get a little bit of a bonus into your XP and stuff like that, especially if you do well. The VK 2801, I think he might be scared to live, and he's gone. You can see the VK 2801 just getting pinged there by thinkdabub. He's gone there. He's done a great job. He's lit up at least 6 enemy tanks there, 5 heavies, and the artillery, the little tier 5 bishop. As thinkdabub puts a nice shot into the IS-2 and uses this corner just to peek around. He knows there's a lot of heavy tanks that have been spotted up there. Spots the tank, tier 5 IKV 103 Swedish tank destroyer. Puts a shot towards him, doesn't quite land it. He'd be pretty confident in bouncing that Swedish gun if he did fire, and he waited to reload and aim, but the IKV 103 backed out. But looks like he might be coming back for a little bit of a poke. Lots of heavy tanks in this battle. Just stuffs that shot. Picks up 259 spotting damage though. Cops a shot from the IKV for 103 damage, but no, he bounces. He bounced that. He didn't get any damage at all, but he picked up his first kill, sending the tier 5 Swedish tank destroyer back to the garage as he aims towards the Churchill. Gets a nice shot into the turret of the tier 6 British heavy tank, the Churchill 7. And he's sitting on this corner nicely with the KV-85, the Black Prince, and the M4 giving some support from behind. Gets a little bit of stun damage from the grill, only 17 damage, and look, that grill didn't really damage his tank too much, and of course that stun didn't really do too much. Blocks a shot from the Churchill 7, and his tracks 8 the shot from the Bishop, so he's doing pretty well here. He's on 890 damage. He's blocked 380 and 795 assisted damage already as he pulls back, just waiting to get into a little bit of a better position, probably somewhere where he doesn't want to continue to get focused from the grill and the Bishop. He hasn't copped the shot from the M41 HMC, but even though they're only tier 5 artilleries, eventually they're going to chip away at him. The Type 64 on the enemy team doing a bit of a hero run towards the 2 artillery, and the Bishop in thinkdabub's side's been taken out, as have a few others. This Type 64 lighting up these artilleries. There's still 2 artilleries there. The T1 Heavy's coming back, but he's going to be too slow to save the M41 HMC. Looks like the Type 64 is going for him. thinkdabub just playing on this corner. He knows there's a lot of big guns down there. The IS-2, the Oni, the T20 was spotted down there, as well as a couple of lower tier tanks like the KV-1. Black Prince moves forward on 976 hit points. Oh, Y picks up a kill on the KV-2. 1 dirt tank for another. Artillery stuns, and the T20 manages to kill the KV-85 by setting him on fire. thinkdabub knows that if he keeps going there, he's going to keep getting focused, like the Black Prince is now, just getting smashed by that artillery, just like death of 1,000 cuts. Just lots and lots and lots of little shells. He's used his first aid kit and his repair kit to, I think it was to fix his track, the repair kit, and the first aid kit. Not sure who he fixed it. I think it might have been the radio man. Shoots and misses the IS-2. Doesn't want to risk going too far forward. Trying to be as safe as he can from artillery. That's the shot he was looking for into the KV-2. Takes him down to 788 hit points. 5 alls to score. Looking around, that sounds like Artie, but it didn't hit thinkdabub that time, which is good. trying to draw that IS-2 out. KV2 picks up the kill on the Type 64. That's the same tank that was lighting up the artilleries and stuff. He's lost his driver. You'll be able to fix him in 34 seconds. Bounces the IS-2, puts 228 damage back into... That's the Russian premium tank, I think it is. Of course, there's a Chinese IS-2 as well, which can make things a little bit confusing. Picks up the kill on the Tier 7, the top tier heavy tank. Always a good thing to do, getting rid of a top tier heavy tank. As thinkdabub wants to keep coming forward. That Bishop's just fired. He'd love to get rid of that pesky artillery who's just got the kill on the Black Prince. And scores on 7-6. They're up by a tank. 7-all now. But thinkdabub knows he needs to stay here if they're going to win this game. Looking for that Bishop. He'd love to get rid of that little pain in the arse. That's his third kill. 2,087 damage, 770 damage blocked, 795 assisted damage. And now he's looking around this corner, looking at what else is there. There's only one artillery left, and it's the grill. That KV1 is a one-shot. He'd love to get that one for his fourth kill. Even though it's a Tier 5, it's still a kill. But he knows there's plenty of other big guns up there. The Onai and the VK3601H have both gone up to the north trying to deal with this T-3485 as thinkdabub picks up his fourth kill, getting rid of the Tier 5 Russian heavy tank, the KV1, which is pretty handy at Tier 5, but vastly overmatched at Tier 7 as he aims towards T20. Puts 246 hit points of damage into the rear of the American medium tank. Is tracked there, puts another 237 into him. That should help that T-34-100 if he needs it. He's not going to do it. thinkdabub picks up his fifth kill. Now he's going to be going for the top gun. Hopefully get rid of that grill if the grill is still there. Hopefully he doesn't kill himself and deny thinkdabub a top gun as he lumbers that big German heavy tank up the hill. There's the grill. Backs off. Puts a shell in. That was a high explosive shell, I think. One shot's in for 240 hit points. Of course, normal shells do 240. 203 pen, 237 pen with APCR, and 295 with high explosives. 14-8's the score. The OI happy not to chase the ONI and just sit on the cap. In 20 seconds it'll be all over if he caps it out. thinkdabub's picked up 6 kills for the top gun, 3,085 damage, 770 damage blocked, and 795 assisted damage with 12 seconds left on the cap counter there. thinkdabub can see the ONI. He'll be thinking, "You beauty, I reckon I might have his side." Waits for that German gun to aim. One shell for 251, taking his damage up to 33, 36. And will he be able to get the kill shot in? No, he won't. The game just trolling him a little bit there with the Tiger P. thinkdabub from 1AR clan picking up an ace tanker mastery badge in the Tier 7 German heavy tank, the Tiger P, as well as the Bruiser for some module damage to the enemy side. Duelist 5 for effect. Pascucci's medal for picking up the 2 kills in 2 artillery kills. High caliber for doing the most, and Top Gun for doing at least 6 kills in a battle. Looking at the second page of the post-game results, thinkdabub from 1AR, 3,336 hit points of damage for his 6 kills, 1310 base experience. He fired 20 shots, 16 hit, and they all did damage. And a little bit of assisted and block damage as well was enough for an ace tanker mastery badge. Nobody else really stood up for the plate. In fact, only 2 other players hit the 1,000 mark. The T1 at Tier 5, which isn't a bad job for a Tier 5. The other Tier 7, the constructor T-34-100, but nobody else hit the 1,000. A lot of passengers in that game, and a handy profit too. 39,127 credits after tax for the premium account in that game that went for just over 8 minutes as we move on to the second battle in this double shot of ace tanker mastery badge action. We're back to Tier 6 now, and it's heligamer 564. Heligamer's in his Type 58, the Tier 6 Chinese medium tank. I've seen the Type 58 used a little bit in skirmishes and clan wars. Not a great deal, but it's a pretty handy tank. You can see it's pretty quick. It's doing nearly 50 kilometers an hour. It's got AP rounds as standard, 160 damage, 126 penetration, 167 penetration for APCR, which is premium ammunition. And normally if you're in a tank that's got that much alpha damage. 160 is pretty good for a tier 6 medium. Normally it's pretty slow, but you can see the Type 58. It's got a reasonable amount of speed, as heligamer just misses. I know what he did. Just use the hill to slow down. That's alright. That's what he's going to do. On Mountain Pass, you can see he's in a tier 8 battle. There's only 3 tier 8 tanks on each side though. A handful of tier 7s and the rest are tier 6. So even though he's bottom tier, still plenty of opportunities to put some damage in, because half the enemy sides are tier 6 as well. Just looking around, the VK30-01D and the A43, the only 2 tanks spotted on this side. That sounded like a derp shell as he puts 173 damage into the A43. Critical hits the A43 for a second time. You can see the reload is pretty good on this tier 6 Chinese medium tank. Bounced a couple of shots though, or critical hit those tanks rather than do any damage. They're down by 2 tanks. They've lost 2 tier 6s, the Thunderbolt and the KV-85, and now the tier 7 Leo's gone down to the that same A43 that heligamer has already put a shot in. That sounded like something pretty big landing on top of those enemy tanks. Doesn't quite aim his shot. Oh, he does land it. Critical hit the SU-152. Of course, he doesn't want that gun aiming at him for too long, because he'll take him out pretty quickly. 0-4 the score now. This team capitulating. It looks like they're copping it a little bit in the northeast as well. Finally gets a penetrating shot in the SU-152. Fancies himself. Just dodges the shot. Doesn't penetrate it. That one, yeah, that was always a low chance of landing that shot, but you're going to take him, because every now and then you're going to get him. The Thunderbolt on 81 health. Blocks a shot from the Thunderbolt and the VK. Picks up some more spotting damage and takes the SU-152 down to 14 hit points. Look like he's not moving. He knows he's going to beat him on the reload, and he picks up his first kill, clawing the score back to 2-6. He's already done 679 damage, 659 assisted damage. He's blocked a little bit. Bounces the Thunderbolt, bounces the return shot as well. 3-6 the score now. The Cromwell gets killed on the enemy side. I don't know if that's going to pan. It does. That's a handy tank to get rid of. A tier 6 premium American medium tank, the Thunderbolt. 4-6 the score now. He's trying to claw this one back. There's still the A43 there though at tier 7, and that VK30-01D. And the VK is what he's aiming at now. That's a high explosive round that he just, I think he bounced it. That's better. Takes him down to 361 hit points by shooting the commander's hatch on the German medium tank with the derp. The tracks eat that last shot, but he doesn't manage to track him. He reckons he can beat him on the reload. Just 31 hit points. This is easy. The KV-2 derps the VK, and heligamer picks up his 3rd kill, sending the tier 7 Russian rear turreted medium tank, the A43, back to the garage and turning the game around. 7-6. They were down by 3 or 4 tanks not so long ago, but heligamer still on 583 hit points out of his original 750. He spotted the KV-85. Critical hits him. Interesting place for a KV-85. He'll be making excuses. That is bottom tier. That's why he's going to kick back and snipe like a clown. He did get 1 shell into the KV-85 for 181 damage. 8-6 the score. He's going to keep moving forward now as that KV-85 retreats even further back towards his cap. 1487 damage done. 345 blocked. 659 assisted as another VK3601H picks up the kill on the T25 too. Peeking around this rock, looking for that Scorpion G. Needs to respect the Scorpion G. He's only a little tier 6 Chinese medium, and he's saying, stuff this, I'm not doing this by myself. That Scorpion G would ruin his game pretty quickly if he got 1 shot anywhere near heligamer in his tier 6 Chinese medium tank. 8-all's the score. Looks like the UDs and the SU-12244 getting nice and aggressive, pushing right into that bowl of death in the middle of the map. But you can see the Ferdinand all the way back at the cap is taking on the T28 prototype, and Might be two T-28 prototypes. Ferdinand gets taken out by the two American heavily armoured turret and tank destroyers as heligamer tries to get back to the base as quick as he can because his team are falling apart. Artillery's being taken out. The GW Panther. 8-10 to score, 3 kills, 1487 damage done, 659 assisted, 345 blocked. As he's coming back to what's he going to do against two T-28 prototypes. You can see one of them there on 842, 624 health now. The other one's a one shot at 112. Put a shot into the Jag Tiger, but the Jag Tiger picked up the kill on one of those T-28 prototypes. They're only down by one tank now. 9-10 is the score. KV2 is coming up for the derp from a different angle by the looks of it. heligamer auto aims on the American tank destroyer, and now it's time to ruin his day. Puts a shot into his side, stays behind him so he can't get the turret around to get him. And one more shot should be enough for his 4th kill, is it? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, artillery killed the Jag Tiger 8.8, but heligamer gets rid of the T-28 prototype and starts climbing this hill. Let's see what else you can do. The SU-12244 getting very aggressive up on the ice road. Of course, looks like none of the enemy tanks have pushed that ice road. They were all last spotted around here, but that Scorpion G was last spotted when heligamer was back on the western flank, which is a hell of a long time ago, and now it looks like that Scorpion G is taking on the SU-122. No, the SU-12244 picks up the kill on the Scorpion G, sending the premium German Tier 8 tank destroyer back to the base, back to the garage. heligamer on 4 kills, nearly 2k damage. The UDES with the KV2 pushing up towards the ice road. The SU-122 gets killed by the IKV-90B, which is the Tier 7 Swedish tank destroyer. No more Tier 8s in this battle apart from the UDES, and that's what heligamer's just realised. He needs to assist, needs to help that UDES, make sure they don't flank him, and if that UDES can get into a good position where he can fire his big Swedish gun into those enemy tanks, 2 Tier 6s and 2 Tier 7s, none of them with enough armour to stop the UDES absolutely farming damage. Looks like the UDES has stopped. He's waiting for the KV2 to keep up, and you'd imagine that these tanks are all sort of probably facing this way as heligamer has a look. Around this corner. The ISU-12244 is letting his teammates know that the KV-85 on the enemy side is using the 122mm gun. Oh, that IKV-90 nearly met his makeup. It's only a one shot for heligamer in the Type 58. Still got a decent amount of health left. KV2 is only on 217. He might be in a bit of trouble. But it looks like the UDES is on full health, which is going to be handy. He'll probably need those hit points. VK30-01H, the Tier 6 heavy German tank, got a little bit brave there, and the KV2 took him out. That evened the score up again. As heligamer starts creeping around this corner. Don't think heligamer's got 6th sense in this. There you go. There's the Lorraine. Aim, aim, aim. Shoots and kills. The Lorraine 155-50. Yeah, no 6th sense, which makes it a little bit hard. Gets into a position where he can shoot the IKV-90B if he pokes over again, but I don't think he's going to be that silly. KV-85 kills the KV-2, and so it's a UDES from the ice road on full health on 1,000 hit points, and heligamer on 5 kills looking for a top gun in this Tier 8 battle on 583 hit points. What are they going to go for? That IKV is looking very brave. Gee, he got him. That IKV will be very happy that he landed that shot. heligamer, is he going to run away and go down a different direction, or is he just trying to trick him? I reckon he might be just trying to trick him. Turns back around. The UDES has found the IKV-90B. You'd think the UDES would have no trouble getting rid of him. Looks like he might have ramp killed him. And that just leaves the KV-85. heligamer on 5 kills, nearly 2,000 damage, 345 damage blocked, 659 assisted damage. He'll be looking for the top gun. He'll be wanting to get rid of that KV-85, the Chinese Tier 6 medium tank. The Type 58 could certainly outmatch this KV-85, who looks like is aiming towards the UDES. Looks like the UDES might have just missed. heligamer puts a shell into the tier 6 Russian heavy. Now KV-85 knows he's surrounded. Which way is he going to face his gun? Looks like he's not facing him heligamer's way. UDES comes back down. KV-85 really caught out of position. Shoots and misses. 14 to 13. I think the win's a certainty, but he really wants to pick up this top gun. I think that UDES might steal it from him. But anyway, a pretty good comeback from heligamer 564 on Mountain Pass in a game that looked like it wasn't looking too good at some stage, but he's aced it in that tier 8 battle. Picked up a bruiser, fired up fire for effect medal, and the one I can't pronounce for killing 2 tank destroyers that are 2 tiers higher. 2,471 damage, 5 kills, 1468 base experience. He topped the charts in the damage count, even though it was a tier 8 game. That's why you shouldn't give up when you're in a low tier tank in a high tier game. You can certainly do what heligamer did and top the charts and carry it hard. 4 donuts there. Those 2 T28 prototypes certainly did their job, topping the damage scores on both sides, but heligamer did what he had to do to carry the game in the Type 58. The game went for 11 minutes. Didn't make a great amount of credits. He was firing APCR rounds at the end, but in the end, 29 shots fired, 25 hits, 18 went through, and that was enough for an Ace Taker Mastery Badge in the Type 58. Thanks very much for the replays, thinkdabub and heligamer. I'm stewiejp. You're not. Take care, and see you all next time.